What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, so match number 3. In this year's Cross-Banlist Cup we have two titans again are paired up against each other. Towers Turbo, first time I guess in the Cross-Banlist Cup series, other than, you know, like Challenger appears from like a couple of years ago. It's going to take on Full Force Baby Dragon Rulers, so that should be an interesting matchup, right? First tech list we of course Clifords, right? I mean, well, more like the Towers Turbo variant with all of the draw cards like Upstart, like Into the Void, and of course Wavering Ice, because if I'm not mistaken that card was just released when a Towers Turbo went into effect, right? I mean, when it like was created. Anyway, second list we have Full Force Dragon Rulers. This should be Hoban's list with the 3 Sacred Sword of 7 stars, or you know, it's the other way, you know which one I mean. The 6 hand traps being Triple Veiler, Triple Maxi, and of course the Vanity's Emptiness in the main deck. So which deck has the advantage? And this is an interesting run, especially if we take a look at the power of Towers, Clifford Towers not being able to, well, you know, like pretty much unaffected by Big Eye and Draco Sack, and the fact that it drops, well, like every monster on the field that special summoned loses 500 attack points, and that can be important. And I believe Rulers have 2 outs for at least when Towers hits the field, and that's Armory Arm first of all, and second they have Ancient Sacred Wyvern, the level 7 synchro play, but level 7 synchro monster, but that can only be summoned off of effect failure. So a synchro summon with, let's say, the Draco Sack tokens, and then a normal summon of effect failure. Then again, I'm not really, at least I'm playing with Rulers, right, and I'm not really worried about Towers, since, okay, Towers, you know, unaffected by effects, that's cool, but, and of course, yeah, the second effect, not to forget, that forces your opponent to send 1 monster from, I believe, field or hand to the graveyard, but yeah, whatever, right? I mean, it's Dragon Rulers, and Rulers, their graveyard is basically their second hand. I have a couple of options though, and the advantage here to get me out of Clifford Towers is, let's say, you know, like Army Arm, using one of the Draco Sack tokens with the Fire Tuner. And yeah, this is Hoban's build, and Hoban wasn't running the Corseska, the Wind level 1 tuner, you know, like the Dragunity tuner, I guess. So again, the Flame Veil Guard is indeed searchable off of Blaster, but one important thing is that it's, well, this version is Master Rule 3 Clifford. So I think first of all, I need to get rid of the scales, since I believe the full Clifford rampage power was set up in the extra deck, so I definitely needed to get rid of the scales, since again, Towers is not a threat. The tokens can be sent to the graveyard, especially if there is no follow-up play with, let's say, a second Clifford Scout. And eventually I was able to go for game right. First of all, get rid of the scales, and then during my next turn I still had the option to banish Blaster and search out my level 1 tuner. So again, that's the thing I'm looking for, right? So game number 2, very similar opening play, but yeah, Monolith being able to draw 3 cards for Clifford is quite devastating. And again, Towers not that big of a deal, but the emptiness is a much bigger problem. Even though Emptiness does block both players, the fact that, you know, post side deck, yeah, Clifford is able to side deck in triple Majesty's Fiend and double Vanity's Fiend, which is bonkers against a deck like Dragon Rulers, a deck that's heavily based on monster effects and special summons at the same time. Okay, so game number 3, it's 1-1. And I believe that the new Yugioh artist Percy doesn't have the option to play under Master Rule 3 and at the same time open with 6 cards, you know, the draw phase during the first turn. So that's why it's that's why there is like turn number 2, right? So again, Rulers were able to start off. I definitely going first of course, and side decking in cards like Mystical Space Typhoon, Eradicator as well, and you know, Heavy Storm is already in the main deck, and now I can just freely go for game. Mystical Space Typhoon on the pay 800 card definitely seals a deal against a deck that heavily relies on Clifford Scout to get another search. And yeah, Scout was at 2 if I'm not mistaken, so definitely, you know, that's huge, right? So game number 4, again, Qliphorts go first, and well, I'd rather, you know, want towers to hit the field other than Vanity's Fiend. And this is a huge problem. I think I only have, let me think, I think 2 outs for the Vanity's Fiend. That's the Book of Moon. That's already in the main deck, and enemy controller. Enemy controller to put the Vanity's Fiend in a defense position and, you know, just attack over it, right? So I need to top deck something. I need to draw more cards. Sacred, there is indeed the 7-star sword. Luckily draw Book of Moon, so now I can get myself back into the duel, go for Big Eye, gain control of Vanity's Fiend, but I don't think I can go for game. But indirectly I can go for game, and yep, here it is. Horus the Black Flame Dragon, level 6. Very much old school card, but as soon as level 6 destroys a monster by battle, you can rank itself up, I guess, like level up to Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8, I believe, like years ago. I definitely remember that card, but again, in the spellbook matchup with Dragon Rulers versus spellbooks, Horus was definitely a good counter for spellbooks, and it's definitely a good counter against pendulums. So Horus sealing the deal right here in this particular matchup. I definitely side deck that in favor of, you know, like Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6 is again searchable off of Blaster. So the side deck here in this matchup again proved to be very important, well, for both sides, right? I mean, Qliphort is definitely able to slap in multiple Vanity's Fiends, multiple Majesty's Fiends as well, which, like, let's face it, could definitely seal a deal in favor of Qliphorts over a deck like Dragon Rulers. I definitely side deck out the Maxis, but keeping at least like maybe 1 Veiler. Yeah, I think I left 1 Veiler in because, you know, it's a tuner and it might be important to go for Ancient Sacred Wyvern, right? To get rid of, you know, being able to attack over the Qliphort towers. So again, some extra duels. This is duel number 5, I think. Yeah, indeed, duel number 5, so going second. And again, get Horus on the field. So I think now every time the opponent activates a spell card or effect, if I'm not mistaken, I can negate the effect and destroy the card at the same time. So that's Horus, you know, good game against pendulums, right? This should be, indeed, yeah, I think I pretty much have all the Dragon Rulers set up, and this should indeed be more than enough to attack for a game. So again, one other extra duel, again, prolonging the video, prevent spoilers, right? Not being able to see when the match is going to end, but this will be the last one. So again, going second, and this isn't really looking that great. If I'm going first, this is an okay opening hand, although double title, well, yeah, it's fine, I guess. I mean, I could use title to send another Dragon Ruler from my deck to the graveyard, or potentially get a double level 7s on the field, Dracossack, etc, etc. But yeah, going second against a deck that has the ability to pump up Majesty's Fiend and or Vanity's Fiend, and maybe Towers as well. And yeah, now we see that indeed the Vanity's Emptiness is also set us. Yeah, this was indeed a losing battle, I guess. So Towers hits the field. Not really sure if something was discarded. Not really sure. It doesn't. Oh no, Majesty's Fiend was live. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? It's fine though. But I feel that both side decking rulers definitely have the slight advantage over the deck because of the huge side deck like Mystical Space Typhoon, Eradicator, Vanity's Emptiness, Horus as well. But yeah, then again, you need to draw those. And okay, the Dragon Ruler deck is you know, using a lot of draw cards, but still, I mean, if Qliphort is able to set up Vanity's Fiend or Majesty's Fiend first turn, prevent your opponent from playing the game, that's definitely huge for that particular deck. So I think we have a well-deserved winner here. With, yeah, Qliphort's only getting 1 point, but Dragon Rulers, yeah, getting the 3 points. And personally, I didn't really expect that. Then again, I mean, the side deck is something that, you know, proving from past 3 matches, personally, I feel happy about it. That it's, you know, like integrated in the Cross-Banlist Cup, since the side deck has been important past 3 matches. Anyway, so the next matchup we have Paleofrogs from 2017, also from Master Rule 3, the 60 card version featuring Grass Looks Greener. It's going to take on the huge force being Pendulum Magicians, also from Master Rule 4. But I've made a small change to the, well, small. I changed up the list to play, you know, like the double Iris Magician shenanigans, like the list that was able to be played like for a couple of weekends or for a very short period of time in the TCG. So Pendulum Magicians featuring Joker and, you know, the full Pendulum Magicians package with Wavering Eyes as well. So that's almost, I can sell full force Pendulum Magicians versus Paleo Frogs, 60 cards featuring Cross Looks Greener. So again, feel free to leave your opinions, which deck is going to win this particular matchup, and like always, feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Ligma signing out. Peace.